Well, welcome to Alberta in Canada, and I'm pleased to say Canada has had the most snow of anywhere in the world at the moment. So great conditions here in Canada. It follows, well, a pretty average winter, quite frankly. Good early season conditions in Canada, and in fact across most of North America. But really, well, since the middle of December, January and February, not much snow has fallen, but now it's been absolutely chucking it down. Whistler's had 1 metre, and where I am now is had well, 70 centimetres in the past 7 days. I've been skiing, well, first of all, started off in Lake Louise, which was a great ski area. There's some back bowls that I skied in, and on the front side, off towards the Larch area, great conditions in the trees. As you can see here, snow just simply dripping off them. We then went round to Sunshine, not really appropriately named today, as you can see, but amazing snow once again. It claims to have one of the latest seasons in Canada. Normally stays open until May, and a few years ago actually reopened in July because they had so much snow. So good snowfall in Sunshine, despite its name, and I'm told the sun does come out, but obviously not today. It's actually on the borderline, the province borderline with British Columbia. Here's the piece marking exactly where that border is. It doesn't actually have very much snowmaking either. Someone on the chairlift was telling me they only have a handful of snow cannons, maybe just 2 or 3, which they use every now and again just to top up some of the sparse areas. So good conditions here. If you're used to skiing in Scotland, you may recognise these things. There are snow fences designed to keep what snow there is. It doesn't get, well, not well known for huge winds here, but it does get some pretty strong winds which blows it away, and the fences here keep the snow in position. And also been around to Norquay, which is well, just near Banff, about 5 miles up the road from Banff. And a great little ski area, some good steep terrain here as well. Not perhaps as steep as some of the resorts in the Alps, but nevertheless some good terrain here and a fantastic atmosphere in town. One of the things that I did, well, possibly the highlight of the trip, was going to the Skoki Lodge. You may have seen an earlier PlanetSKI snow report that I did a few days ago, where we tried to get there, but the weather turned rather nasty, and so we headed back. Well, a couple of days later the weather cheered up a bit and we had another go. So it was a long flog uphill to get there. The trick really is just to get into a little gentle rhythm when you're doing cross-country skiing, and just slide up the hill. And when we got to the first to the peak, really, Boulder Pass here, spectacular views back towards Lake Louise, which is where we set off from. It's then a bit of a plod over the lake, the Palmerton Lake here. And you just really sort of get your head down and plod along, and then it steepens up a little bit as we go over Deception Pass. In some ways, coming down is slightly harder than going up, because you have skinny little skis on, and controlling them, well, it's challenging to say the least, and it's exhausting on the legs as you try and brake and fall over and all the rest of it. But nevertheless, great fun. And when we arrived at the Skoki Lodge, well, fantastic place. Took us about 5 hours to get there. And yeah, when we got there, what a reward it was too. Fantastic little place. No electricity here at all, so it's back to basics. Certainly no mobile phone connection, and certainly no Wi-Fi or internet access too. Personally, I absolutely loved it. Toilet facilities, well, they're basic, shall we say. But nevertheless, you get a little bit of privacy, and the soft loo paper as well, so you can't go too far wrong. Now, the lodge itself, well, perhaps most famous in British eyes, because it's where Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge stayed after their wedding when they were on their tour of Canada. They were actually flown in by helicopter, as was a loo for them as well. They had their own special royal loo flown in, and they stayed in this little cabin here. Lovely little place. I took the opportunity of relaxing on the royal bed. Not sure if I'm breaking royal protocol here by lying on the royal bed, but anyway, there I was, lying on the royal bed and doing a bit of reading, and a very relaxing place too. They're quoted as saying it was one of the highlights of their time just after they got married. So lovely little place at Skoki Lodge. If you do come out this way and you've got, well, a reasonable level of fitness, I'd say, you don't have to be super fit, but just a reasonable level of fitness, then I would thoroughly recommend coming. It really has been the highlight of the trip. At the other end of the spectrum, the other highlight of my trip was tubing, which I actually did the day after getting back from Skoki Lodge. Bit tired, but had enough energy to go tubing. And, well, for a man well the wrong side of 50, this really does bring out the big kid in you. Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't get enough of it. Went round and round on the tubing here at Lake Louise. And brilliant fun. Otherwise, Canada has an awful lot to offer. That's sort of special about it. There's something really nice about being in the Canadian Rockies. Completely different from the Alps, different feel altogether, and I thoroughly recommend it. Well, I'm back to Europe in a few days, where I'm told it's very warm in the Alps. A warm föhn wind has come in, 18 degrees in Innsbruck. Our friend sent me a message today, so very, very warm there. Though I think the weather is getting colder in the Alps next week, so that's good news. I'm back out to the Pyrenees, actually, in about 10 days' time, 10 days' time. So the next PlanetSKI snow reports will come from the Pyrenees. I'm visiting Andorra, that I haven't been to, well, for over a decade now, so it'll be fascinating to see the changes taking place there. And then it'd be silly not to take an opportunity to go to the French Pyrenees, which I haven't been to. A lot of resorts in there. They've had record amounts of snow this winter. Cauterets claims the biggest depth of anywhere in the world. Last time I looked, a few days ago, 5.9 metres of snow still there. Haven't had any fresh stuff for a while, but I'm told the depths are fantastic. So looking forward to reporting for PlanetSKI from the Pyrenees. This is James Cove for PlanetSKI in Alberta, Canada.